Good morning. Good morning. This is Scrapping Like a Lady. How you guys doing today? This is car vlog number 10, if I remember correctly. Alan came over, Willie's friend, and he was like, "You don't watch your wife's videos?" He's like, "Lisa, what are you on? Car vlog number 8? I looked at him. I was like, "Alan, how you know that?" He'd been watching my videos. He said he just puts the video on and let me talk, and he just work. He's so cute. Anyways, he was Willie's co-worker, and they wind up becoming like really, really good friends. I just think he's just the cutest thing. But anyways, I'm sure you guys will see Alan. He's a little Chinese man. Well, he ain't that little to be Chinese. He's a pretty good height. But anyways, we're going to talk about the time I was taken advantage of. And you can see I'm laughing because that's just how I handle stuff, you know. I just roll with it. And if you were, I'm going to use the word, if you've been raped or molested or taken advantage of, you might want to, and you're sensitive, you might want to turn off right now, because I am very candid and blunt, and sensitive subjects, I will talk about them. And so if those things bother you, I don't want anybody to be on here saying, "Oh, you're this way and you're that way." So again, if you have been taken advantage of by the opposite sex or the same sex, I guess, and you're sensitive about it, go on and change to another channel and go right into Diamond Dots and Diamond Art Club stuff, because this is a car vlog, so this is me being real with you. Yes, so let me paint the background picture for you guys, where you can get the whole picture. I was 16 years old, and I had taken the bus from Sun Valley, California, all the way to Pasadena. And I had Kimberly staying with me at that time. I had moved out of my parents' house, and I was visiting a friend, and I had Kimberly with me, but she wasn't physically with me. She was actually at my aunt's house. And I went to see a girlfriend. She was actually my father's best friend, who Kimberly is named after. Kitra. But she goes by Kim. Her name is Kim. I think her name is Kimberly, and she calls herself Kitra. I don't know. But, so I went to Pasadena, and in LA, they have, you know, California just has a great transportation, you know, mass transportation system, you know, so you can get anywhere there. But, so I stayed with her, and we talked and laughed and ate and all of this kind of stuff. And then when it started getting late, I was like, "Ooh, let me go," you know, because I knew I had like 4 buses to catch. Well, in certain parts of California, the bus lines will stop running at a certain time. I didn't know that. Or maybe I did and I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Again, you know, when you're a young girl, you're just oblivious to the obvious. So I sat there waiting for the bus, and I remember hearing a lady saying, if you're waiting for the bus, you know, they stopped running already. And I was like, "The bus is not coming?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Crap, what am I going to do?" And so I was sitting there and just pondering, do I walk back to Kitra's house? Because, you know, it was quite a walk just to get to the bus stop. So while I'm sitting there thinking, this limousine pulls up, and the guy rolls down the back window. You know, there's the limo driver, and then there's the person in the back, and he rolls down the window and he says, "Do you need a ride?" And I was like, back in the 80s, hitchhiking was not a big deal. I really wasn't hitchhiking. I didn't have a thumb out or anything like that, but I was like, yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy must be rich. He's in a limousine, you know, he's not going to do something to me. And besides that, there is the driver, you know, a witness. Well, I got in the vehicle and he was like, you want something to drink? And I was like, I was a child. I was like, no, I don't drink. You know, I was like, no, thank you, sir. And he says, what is a pretty girl like you doing out this time of night, and yada, yada, yada. And I told him what had happened and everything like that, you know. And he had a very playful, you know, ness about him, and I felt very comfortable. I didn't think anything, you know, sinister was going to happen. And he opened a drawer, and there was a gun there, and he said, do you know what that is? And I was like, yeah, it's a gun. Does it belong to you? You know, yada, 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 you know. And he's like, yes, and if you don't do what I want you to do, you know, you're not going to make it out of here alive. And so, me being a child, I was like, oh, stop playing. You're being silly, sir. And he was like, no, I'm serious. And he instructed me to take off my clothes and this, that, and the other. And still, I'm thinking, this isn't really happening. He's not really serious. He's not going to do anything to me. And so I told him, no, I'm not taking my clothes off. And he pulled the gun up and he's like, you choose, you know. And I said, you're gonna kill me? And he's like, I don't want to. And I said, you're gonna kill me if I don't fool around with you. And he's like, yeah, I will. Now, the limo driver had the window between us halfway down, you know. And I kept looking forward at him like, do you hear what this man is saying? You know, surely you can't be okay with this, you know. But I didn't talk to him the whole time. And so I did what he told me to do. I took off my bottoms, and at one point I realized that the limo driver had raised the window back up. And so he took advantage of me, we'll just say it that way. And when you're a young girl and you're, you know, promiscuous or whatever, for whatever reason, I'm sure other people have been raped and it is a horrific experience. I don't remember the way it felt. I don't remember if it was good or bad, you know. It was just him doing what he was doing, and then it was over. And then they pulled the car over, and then the limo driver did what he did. Did you hear what I said? Yeah. That's nasty. First of all, that's real nasty. I don't remember if they used protection. I guess at some point I must have just zoned out, because I don't remember small details like that, you know. Yeah, so then I was instructed to get out of the vehicle. By this time we had made it to Griffith Park. And if you know California, Griffith Park is like one of the largest natural parks there. And it's got a lot of mountains and hills and, you know, good places to bury people. And so I was instructed to get out of the vehicle, and I remember before they drove off, I kicked the car, and I must have kicked it really hard, because they stopped and then they just kept driving. So when I had to find my way back down from the park because they had driven like up into the park. Oops, so sorry. This person wanted to get over at the last minute. She had her blinker on, but I didn't notice her. So I found my way back down, and the bus lines ran, you know, Hollywood Boulevard and all those areas, they were still running. So by the time I made it back to Sun Valley, it was like 1 in the morning. And my aunt lived a ways, like a mile from the bus line. And those streets are really, really dark. And I hated walking down, you know, towards her house because of how dark it was. And I got to her house, and she was very sore with me. That was my Aunt Peggy. And I told her what happened. And she was just like, girl, men are a trip. You know, they just do whatever they want to do, you know, yada, yada, yada. And she was just talking to me, you know. And that's probably one of the reasons why me and Aunt Peggy are so close and so cool, because she's just a cute, cool human being, cool as a cucumber, you know. She wasn't like, girl, we need to call 911, we need to get a rape kit going and this, that, and the other. She was just like, basically, girl, it is what it is, move on. And so, but she had called my dad because she was concerned, because she had Kimberly, and where was Lisa? She never stays out like this, you know, she's responsible, you know, mother, and this, that, and the other. So she called my dad, and so he was concerned. So the next morning when my dad showed up at my Aunt Peggy's house, sorry about that. When my dad showed up at Aunt Peggy's house, he was like, where were you? And da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, Dad, this is what happened. These two guys, they took advantage of me, and they did this, that, and the other. And I told him the whole thing. And he was like, girl, that's terrible. And I was like, right? And he's like, well, you got to be careful, honey. You just can't go out, you know, this, that, and the other. You know, the bus lines. I said, Dad, if I knew I wasn't paying attention or whatever, you know. And he was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry I was sore with you, but, you know, we were all worried. And I told you my dad was a hippie. He was a real hippie. And so no one ever let on to me that it was a bad thing that had happened to me. So I never viewed it as a horrific crime that was done against me. I just thought of it as, hey, these guys were just out for some fun, and just, you know, I was an easy target. I talked about it. I was telling a girlfriend who has a radio station here. Actually, it's not a radio station. It's a television program. The Sheena, what is her name? She's with that big preacher in Houston. What is his name? Joel Osteen. So Sheena has her own show. It's like a talk show, almost like an Oprah Winfrey show. And so she was like, Lisa, will you come on and tell your story and yada, 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 you know, because y'all know me. Go ahead. Y'all know me. I'm full of love and honesty. And so I was like, yeah, I'll come on and tell my story, but you know, I'm not trying to offend people, you know, but I'll come on and tell my story, and, you know, how I was even able, and it was white men who had did this to me, and how I married a white man after that, because how am I going to hold anyone responsible for what someone else does? That's what I don't understand. You know, there are crimes, like if a black person commit a crime against a white person, then they just start hating black people, and vice versa, you know. And so I was just like, if I can help curve that in any way, then count me in. I need to move over here. Then I need to do that thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to I just need to spread happiness in this world. And honey, sometimes things happen. And sometimes they happen to me. But again, I think that I handle it the way that I need to handle it. I don't, come on, y'all, come on with me. I don't blame other people for what someone else did. We can't do that. You know, that's just not right. Ooh, Jesus, y'all about to fall. You're falling into me. Anyways, so I just wanted to share that story with you. And like I said, I've got a lot of stories to share because a lot of stuff has happened to me. And it's all in the way that you handle it.
All right.
It is. Hey, baby girl. Look at y'all. We at work now. Y'all know we about to get some work. You ready for this treatment?
No,
Oh, y'all want to see my outfit of the day?
You're so cute and comfortable.
Look at how I came to work, y'all.
Yes, you did.
Mm.
You look gorgeous. Hey,
Thank you, girl. And you know, Pink, they be having my clothes. This is Miss Ebony. She's about to do her treatment.
Girl, don't get her started.
Oh, she don't want y'all. She don't want y'all to see her. You on your lunch break? Pam, you want to say hi to the people?
No.
Let them see your face. That your face healed. Look at her face healed. Dun 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 dun. That redness is her natural color. Anyways, this is Scrapping Like a Lady. You guys be good to each other and know that crap happens, and it will always happen because this is a corrupt world. And we're going to keep it moving though, ain't we? We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep on loving people. Love you guys. See you soon.